They are the keepers of a craft, ingrained in the American outdoors. The task, as difficult as there is in professional sports, where the slightest of error can lead to the heaviest of consequence. All efforts off track are executed in order to endure the brutal task upon it. Where few things can replace the basic elements of family and faith. Although they will ultimately be defined by checkered flags and championships, their purpose is greater. They are the backbone of an entire community that simply bleeds motocross. How do you prepare for 24 brutal motos over 12 weeks in the grueling heat of summer?
Excellent, you're amazing, my friend.
Yeah, we got 3 to go.
Last one, good set. Good set.
The start of the season provides every racer with one thing: hope. Nowhere is that feeling more alive than in the 450 class. With no true favorite, everyone's in, no one's out, and everybody has a chance at the title.
Everybody on the outside thinks this year is wide open, that James is not racing, and who knows, Chad's out testing, getting ready for outdoor season. I don't know. I hope he is. That's good for our sport. Whether it's wide open or not, or if I have a chance this year compared to last year, I keep hearing that. I don't see it any different. I think in the end, when you line up to the gate, you have to step up and make it happen.
Steady and strong, Andrew Short does his training here in Texas. The longtime Honda factory rider will contend for the championship as one of the most consistent riders in the outdoors.
I like it, and I think that's all that matters. I'm pretty much the only one that rides out here, and I think it gets me prepared for whatever I'm going to see at the race.
Also set to compete for the 450 title is one of the most talked about families at the racetrack. Their methods are critical and criticized. However, Father Tony's commitment to his sons, Mike and Jeff, has never been in question.
I thought I was a pretty good rider. Like, I trained hard and I did everything I needed to do to be a really good rider. But unfortunately, I came from a poor family, and the family ran out of money, and they said, get a job. And I always said, you know, if I ever have kids, that, you know what, I will make sure that they make it to the top. There is no doubt that when these guys, before they were even born, before they were ever even conceived, the idea was try to make 2 of the best motocross riders that the world's ever seen.
The Alessis. For years, they have formed one of the most feared partnerships in all of motocross, putting together an amateur racing resume as successful as any in the history of the sport. Although that same success has eluded them here in the Nationals.
You know, it's another year, and I feel like if there was ever a year that I could potentially win a championship, this seems like this would be the year.
If there is a frontrunner for the 450 title, he comes from Team Kawasaki. Factory rider Ryan Villopoto has spent the last 3 years dominating the 250 class. Yet this season, he and his crew will leave the comforts of the smaller bike for the challenge of the bigger 450 machine.
I'm excited. It's going to be hard to top last season, you know, but I think Ryan's in a good position coming in this year. But we race. We don't know what's going to happen. That's why we all line up and do this, you know. The main goal is to just be there every weekend and get as many points as you can.
Trying to figure out where I stand, you know, thinking that you're going to be fast enough to, you know, be one of the top guys. It's tough because you don't know it. Supercross was good on the 450, but, you know, outdoors is more, I think, kind of my thing.
You're getting quicker.
We don't get that much break time. Maybe we get a couple weeks off, and really that's it. Start back up riding and testing.
You know, with Ryan, he brings 3 championships outdoors. None of those other guys do, and that means he knows how to get it done.
Everybody's gonna go fast. That's definitely scary. You don't know who's been training hard, you know, who's putting the work in and who's not putting the work in. You just don't know.
The unknown of where everybody's at before the first round is part of the excitement. It's scary. That's what drives us to work hard and compete. If you didn't have butterflies on the starting gate, it's not much fun, I don't think.
The path to becoming a champion is varied for every racer. Only a few years ago, a different rider took the same road to work every day.
We're at Carmichael's farm, training camp. He's got a nice setup out here for sure. Got all the tools to get the job done. Let's do it.
The ranch still belongs to Ricky Carmichael, and it was here that the man simply known as the GOAT used this isolated piece of property to help construct the greatest motocross career the world has ever known.
You know, you walk in there and you realize, hey, you know, this is where he did it, this is where he put all of his hard work in. It's definitely motivation, you know, I mean, be able to be there and say, hey, you know, if he did it here, then there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, I got everything I need here to be that #1 guy.
The proven tools used to make a champion, passed from Carmichael to Ryan Dungey, are simple. A reliable machine, a trusted mechanic, a solid piece of ground, and an unwavering will to twist the throttle. Dungey will attempt to apply the same values to his own career as he enters the season the clear-cut favorite in the 250 class.
I feel like I have that self-driven motivation, and I love what I do, and I'll do anything to make it happen and to win.
Midweek in Southern California. Gone are the droves of fans that usually pack the stands on race day. Yet with only a few weeks to prepare for the start of the season, firmly in place is the intense atmosphere of an outdoor national. Adding to the scene are some of Europe's fastest riders. They have crossed the Atlantic to pose the biggest challenge to Dungey in the 250 class.
When you're a little boy, you just think about that your dream is going to be to be a world champion, and then you're going to go to US and try to win a championship there. So when I won my world championship, I just signed 1 more year in Europe, and then I came here, the show.
Thought of by most as the best Europe has to offer, Christophe Purcell has already tasted success in the States. He enters the outdoor season fresh off a US Supercross title. Tyler Rattray has made a career based on the principles of hard work and determination. Those beliefs paid off for the South African-born racer. He is the reigning European champion and here in the States to battle for the U.S. title.
It's a dream of mine to come here and race in America. Obviously, racing is really big here in the States, and with Christoph and Tommy also coming over from Europe, there is a lot of talk about the Americans are better than the Euros. We'll see this year. I've got 100% faith in my training program, and hopefully at the end I can come out on top. I've got a lot of respect for the American riders. I mean, I'm expecting them to be really good.
The foundation of American motocross is the family. As long as there has been racing, there has been mom and dad trading in everything they own to make sure their son has a chance to make it.
We gambled and won, you know. We made it to the pros. A lot of people don't do that.
Yet for unheralded rookie Justin Barsh and his family, a factory ride and a shot at the pros means exactly that. A factory machine and a chance to line up at the gate. Much of the support needed to make it to the races still comes from the family.
So how's life on the road driving around in this thing?
Sucks.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know if we'll do that next year. Maybe we'll
Yeah, we're
just
not
fly.
doing this next year. I know that I have never worked as hard as we've worked to do this, to get Justin where he needs to go. I'm proud of that.
For the rookie, more hard work is still ahead of him, and he'll prove his place where everyone else has, on the racetrack. After being on the fence for most of the year, Chad Reed's late decision to race the 450 class has created a welcome problem for Team Suzuki.
I know it's kind of close to the season, but it was just decided and he's going to do it. I had a feeling that he wanted to succeed and wanted to win a championship, and that was the main goal. We found a way to make it work.
He'll go down as one of the fastest riders ever to throw a leg over a dirt bike. Yet success in the outdoors and the admiration that goes with it has often escaped him, due to the fact that he spent the better part of his career runner-up to the greatest of all time, Ricky Carmichael.
I want to walk away from the sport knowing that I achieved everything that I kind of set out to. Outdoors is something that's missing. It's no secret that I haven't necessarily enjoyed it in the past years. It's going to be difficult, but I want to be here. I want to work my butt off. I want to work hard with a team and just, you know, go after it, try and win this thing.
Fans here from Southern California have come in droves, and they've set their seats somewhere around the mountains here at Glen Helen. It is a Chamber of Commerce day.
The first race of the year poses questions for everyone.
So you started doing it around the whole track, huh? We test all week long. Everything's good. You get to our racetracks, it's always different. The more comfortable he gets on the bike, the better you're going to do. That's why this whole truck behind me is full of parts and try to make that happen.
The pressure to find answers and make it happen is magnified this year. For the first time, the outdoors will implement a one-day format, giving teams only a fraction of time needed to make adjustments from practice to the gate drop.
Last lap after you looked at the track, you tried going straight up the inside like first practice there.
Yeah, I stayed more to the left, and then I switched over to the right.
That's great.
Yeah, he said he felt solid.
Dungey was staying pretty far to the right coming down into there.
Oh, was he?
And it looked pretty smooth, so it looked like he carried a lot of speed back up that little hill.
Alrighty.
I'm ready.
The 250 class has long been a proving ground, where the biggest names in the sport have laid the foundation for their professional racing career. Rookie Justin Barcia hopes to start his own groundwork here at Glen Helen.
It's incredible. I've been trying to get here my whole life. Finally here and riding with the top pros that you see on TV and in magazines and stuff. So I have a lot of respect for everyone out here. Hopefully they'll give me a little respect too.
Tell you what, folks, get ready to get against the fence and make some noise. You're getting ready to go racing.
And here we go. It is going to be difficult to see as the sun is coming over the mountains here in Southern California.
Barsha, he's going to the front of the pack.
How about that?
The young freshman, Justin Barsha, has taken the lead.
And what about Dungey? He's running 9th and Porcel at 10.
But can you believe this? That last lap for Justin Barsha at 240, he is just gone. I mean, he is checked out already.
Purcell just bonsai'd Mount St. Helens and picked up a couple spots. I'm not sure of the position he's in, but he's riding very, very aggressive right now, effortless on the bike. Tyler, the Styler Rattray, he's up inside the top 5. I think Ryan Dungey has put a move on a grip of riders.
Dungey's kind of rode around now. He's tired of eating sand and rocks going up the hills. He wants to try to make a push and make a pass on Rattray.
And here comes Ryan Dungey.
Well, Dungey now makes the pass on Tyler Rattray. Dungey moves into that 2nd position there, and he's going to go after Justin Barsha now.
1.5 seconds is all that separates them.
Barsha is being stubborn right now. Dungey is all over him, in and out of the turn. Barsha twists the throttle. They collide just a bit. Is it Dungey? Is it Barsha? Dungey has now moved into that #1 position as the sun comes down over Yamaha Mountain. Ryan Dungey has moved into that #1 position, and the rookie, the freshman, has dropped to #2.
And there's the checkered flag for Ryan Dungey.
That was an awesome race. I mean, from 10th to 1st, and the overall.
When the dust settled on the 250 class, Ryan Dungey stood on the top step, flanked by the 2 world champions. Justin Barsha turned heads by just missing the podium.
Yeah, that Barsha kid's good.
What he did win was more important: respect. It's been said that familiarity breeds contempt.
If you want to film a clown show, film this right here. But Dad, that's a clown show. That's what you got to zoom in on.
For riders Ryan Villapoto and Mike Alessi, they have had up-close personal knowledge of one another for as long as they've been racing.
Where did the rivalry, ill feelings, or whatever you want to call it, start?
Oh, well, that was way back in amateur stuff when we were racing 60s, so that was a long time ago. But it's not even so much that anymore. Like, that's way gone and past. It's just Tony's, he's pretty crazy.
Riders like Ryan Villapoto, for example, as an amateur racer, never won a race when they raced against us. Never. That creates a lot of hard feelings and animosity.
I don't hate him by no means, but I'm not gonna, hang out with him and really talk with him, No, not at all.
Guess who's got the whole shot, Jimmy Hawley?
Number 800, Mike Alessi.
Josh Grant holds on to that #2 spot.
And here comes Short, Millsaps, Hahn, Reed, Brown, Cooper, Reardon, Villapoto running 10th.
These guys are going to have to do something quick as Mike Alessi's on a roll. He is pulling away from Josh Grant.
Alessi's just checked out, guys. He is gone.
16-second advantage right now.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And Villapoto has got around Chad Reed and Andrew Short.
Villapoto is getting very, very close as he is closing in on the 33 of the Joe Gibbs Yamaha.
Villapoto jumping to the inside. He makes it stick. He passes Grant.
He took him wide. He played a little rough there.
And that was a great pass. He had to do it. If he's going to get up there and try to catch Mike Alessi, he's got to pull the trigger and make a pass like that.
Villapoto on the clock, the fastest rider, and things are starting to get a little bit closer. He's made up quite a bit of ground on that lap. I know we're running out of time quickly, but this one is shaping up to be a barn burner at the checkers. Oh my goodness, if things tighten up. 1.2 seconds are all that separate them. Here go the riders on the far side of the track.
He's right on the back of Alessi now. Oh, he just tripled by him.
Villapoto jumped past him into the lead. All eyes have been on the battle up front as Ryan Villapoto has almost done the unthinkable from 16 seconds down.
And that checkered flag comes out, and Villapoto clenching his fist. I think people are going to walk out of Glen Helen and say, wow.
It was tough. You know, I didn't get the starts that I really wanted. And that whole time I was watching where Mike was, and I didn't know if I could catch him. Once I started cracking into it a little bit, then I knew that I could get him. But at first, no, I didn't know.
He don't have it. He's a sprinter for about half a lap. Dude, he worked.
You can't win the championship in the first race, but you can definitely lose it. After Glen Helen, Andrew Short's chances were in jeopardy, as was Team Suzuki's Chad Reed.
It's outdoors.
I've done it for a while. Gotta go back to school.
As the weekend comes to a close at Glen Helen, the die has been cast for a battle that will wage across the American outdoors. Next time on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
I really think it takes one person, a parent, to be totally devoted to it.
You understand, I'm not leaving here until you have 5 starts, 5 hole shots.
Mike Alessi with one of his patented hole shots.
Purcell will take the Moto win. Villapoto running 10th.
You know, we heard he had a little bit of a tweaked knee possibly.
All I know is I saw the big Kawasaki semi driving out of here. That's not a good sign.
Previously on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
If I have a chance this year compared to last year, I keep hearing that. In the end, when you line up to the gate, you have to step up and make it happen.
The idea was try to make 2 of the best motocross riders that the world's ever seen.
If he did it here, then I got everything I need to be that #1 guy.
Outdoors is something that's missing.
Ryan Villapoto, for example, as an amateur, never won a race.
Just Tony's pretty crazy.
Villapoto jumped past him into the lead.
He don't have it. He's a sprinter.
If there is an overwhelming tie that binds the sport of motocross, it's found in the bond between father and son. It is the undeniable motor that moves the entire community.
Come on, let's go!
A connection created early on between a parent teaching the unwritten lessons of his craft to a son who dreams of being a champion. Along the way, they are willing to sacrifice a life of their own for a life together, devote their entire existence to the sport they love, and give up everything to just go racing. Pilot Point, Texas, one of the few places left in America where horses still outnumber people in terms of population.
They say once you move to a small town, you'll never move back to a big city. When we first moved here, we raised horses, so we came here for that, and we fell in love with this place.
The Wharton family settled into this rural town nearly 13 years ago, and Father Robert began teaching his sons, Blake and Tyler, the techniques of his other passion, motocross.
Most of our focus was on Tyler. At the tracks and the practices, Blake would kind of just do his own thing. As they got older, all of a sudden, a little kid over here just started going really fast. He had been listening to all what we've been teaching Tyler, and it wasn't directed at him, but he learned a lot from his brother.
Youngest son Blake started racing at an early age and quickly rose to the amateur ranks with an impressive ease, collecting several of its most celebrated titles along the way. He is now one of the brightest young talents in the 250 class. And this year marks the first that Blake and his brother Tyler will compete professionally full-time in the outdoors.
So you guys grew up together the whole time, just in the same house?
Well, we didn't adopt him until a couple years ago. We just seen him at the Taco Bell around town, and we're like, we have to adopt this little Mexican kid.
Scientists look at my brother and they say, Sasquatch is out there.
Do you see any resemblance here with him in the caveman commercial?
It's a friendship, like buddies, kind of, because we joke around a lot. His girlfriend barely knows they're dating. They live so far apart.
That's one of his jokes. I call those senior citizen moments. And I just let those slide.
I don't know how you would explain that in terms of like fathers, brothers, friends, whatever. I think we're more partners, you know? Me, the boys, even the girlfriend Danielle, we're all partnership.
The structure of the Alessi family mirrors that of the Whartons. 2 sons, both professional, and a father completely dedicated to their success. Yet their methods used in achieving that success differ completely.
As amateurs, the deal was pretty clear. In order for us to eat, we had to win. None of us had jobs. We gave our whole entire existence to winning amateur races. People don't understand that because they didn't have to live it. But go cash in your job and say, I'm quitting because I have to go help my son become a top rider. Cash in your 401k, mortgage your house. When you do those things and you come to those races, it's not a matter of wanting to win, it's having to win. I would say that now we have a softer program in terms of coming to the race. I mean, we're not coming there to kill you, to beat you at all costs. I mean, we're coming there to ride our best race. If the win comes, it's because we had the best package.
Bike's ready.
Basically, it's been me and my dad traveling for the last year.
I really think it takes one person, a parent, to be totally devoted to it. No matter what's happened, we've always kept our eye on the goal, our eye on where we were going. We're simulating a race, so he's probably gonna look for better lines and then probably try to do a couple more fast laps.
The week off between races provides a brief amount of time to make adjustments in order to improve a rider's track speed. Time and speed are the crucial elements in racing. Where to lose one and find the other. For Blake Wharton, a top 10 overall finish at Glen Helen was respectable, but nowhere near the goal of a championship. Placing pressure on father and son to get faster and lose seconds if they are to be considered serious challengers for the title.
I try to be his friend and look at things maybe he doesn't see. When you guys were close, that was your fastest lap time by far. We've been successful for many years as amateurs, and we work well together.
I mean, at 20 years old, he's probably one of the premier riders in the world. That's a pretty big calling for a young rider. I don't think there's any mature 20-year-olds. I think they might fake it pretty good, but at the end of the day, 20-year-old, kid, you know? They're a kid. Strong, stop. Wait, just stop. From what? I think that it's critical to have someone around that holds the line.
I don't know what happened. As soon as I came out of the turn, I just felt my knee twist.
It happens, it happens. Go, yeah, just go get the circle 8 done. I'm gonna go get the start ready. The management of, you know, young athletes is a huge effort. It's a harder job than anything that has to do with motorcycle racing or training or any of that.
Adding to the difficulty is the task of rebuilding a rider's confidence. For Mike Alessi, the defeat at Glen Helen was demoralizing. After a fast start, Mike raced to a huge early lead.
These guys are going to have to do something quick as Mike Alessi's on a roll.
However, longtime rival Ryan Villapoto eventually tracked him down and passed him with a confident ease.
The checkered flag comes out, and Villapoto clenching his fist.
Leaving the Alessis with tension in their training program. and a whole lot of work to do if they are to contend for the championship in the outdoors.
What's going on?
Sick.
Huh?
It's because you hardly ate anything. It's like you don't understand.
It's basic. You want to be soft or you want to be tough. It's simple. Right now, you're being soft. It's going to make a difference. It takes 5 minutes to go do the right thing.
He's almost 18. He doesn't need me. He has the money to do anything he wants. But I'm lucky to have a kid like this that keeps me around and recognizes that I do bring something to the table. This last weekend, we got 2 top 5 starts, and that really reflected in our overall, so we're all about the start. You have different releases, and different RPMs, different techniques. You just find something that works and then try to perfect it. And that's what we're here doing today, working on it.
Hey, hey, hey! What's going on with your starts? Let me watch your technique. Oh, technique is everything, especially for the start. I mean, one error in technique is the difference between 1st and 15th. I mean, it's the only place in the racetrack where you can pass 30 guys in 8 seconds. You know what? I'm getting mad now.
At first glance, Tony Alessi and Robert Wharton are instructors, teaching from the opposite sides of the podium. One an iron fist.
You're not getting this figured out. What's wrong with you?
The other a loving embrace.
How's the bike?
Good.
Yet to judge is to miss the point completely. At their core, they are simply 2 men driven by a devotion few will ever understand.
You understand, I'm not leaving here until you have 5 starts, 5 whole shots.
And it's within that feeling their teachings run parallel, and ultimately they share a common bond. The same common bond that connects the sport of motocross.
Got roosted that time.
Dude, you have so many problems, it's just unlimited.
You did a good job of keeping the motor revs up that time, even though you were kind of off balance.
When those guys don't ride good, it's really frustrating for me. You can see I don't function right.
Perfect.
That was good. I'm not gonna say that wasn't good.
It's the Hangtown Motocross Classic, celebrating 41 years of motocross racing. Beautiful sunshine here in California. Couldn't ask for anything better.
The role of the race day mechanic is essential. His job, endless.
I always say it's like, this is my bike, I just let Blake ride it, you know?
Although his primary duty is that of the machine, there is no task too big or too small. He is the rider's most trusted friend, coach, and closest confidant, as well as his surveyor to the ever-changing racetrack. And of course, when needed, the mechanic is there for the day's positive affirmation.
This sounds so stupid, but seriously, just go out there and ride like you're the best rider in the world. That's all you gotta do. Just think, every time you're out there, I'm the best rider in the world, I'm the best rider. It will carry you through.
I'll tell you what, we're going to let the anticipation build because, folks, they're getting ready to fire it up.
Hey, they're pulling me off the gate, dude.
So, gang, we're underway here in Moto. Number 1 of the 250 division. 151 of Justin Barsha is out front.
Now is that number 10 of Dungey.
All right, Blake's coming up on a big group. Hopefully he can get around, make some quick passes.
The number 61 battled through the pack after a poor start in Moto 1. but was unable to match the speed of the front runners, which left Justin Barcia and Christophe Purcell to fight for the lead.
Rodney, we may see a pass attempt on this lap. Folks, this is what you paid to see. They're drag racing in front of the mechanics area. Christophe Purcell is going to try to sweep him on the outside, and he gets the job done by going the long way around.
Checkers are out, and Purcell will take the Moto win. Barcia, the rookie, will take second, less than 1 second behind him. So it's Purcell, Barcia, Canard, 1, 2, and 3.
In the 450 class, shocking rumors of an injury to series leader Ryan Villopoto had been spreading all week. And an in-person look at his condition during practice put the Villopoto-Alessi rematch in jeopardy.
Doesn't look like Villopoto's racing today.
What do you mean?
It doesn't look like he's like racing. Looks like he's just riding.
I heard maybe something happened with him during the week. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing.
Who do you think it is with the whole shot? Mike Alessi.
Watch him go. He's going into checkout mode right now.
Then Ryan Villopoto is 39th position. Oh, and Mike goes down. Mike Alessi goes down.
What a tough break for Alessi, the number 800, trying to get that machine picked up as these riders coming right at him. He's able to do so, but man, the traffic coming at him, that had to be tough.
So it's Ivan Tedesco out front, Jeff Northrup, Cody Cooper, Justin Brayton, Andrew Short, Mike Alessi in sixth. So that is some damage control by the 800 of Mike Alessi. So a crazy, crazy opening series of events.
What a beautifully executed pass by Alessi there as he gets around Andrew Short, and so that should put Alessi back up into a top 5 right now. Villopoto back in the number 30 position.
Now, we heard he had a little bit of a tweaked knee possibly. Looks like Alessi's got around Cody Cooper, so Mike Alessi now moves into second place. Tedesco is now 4 seconds flat in front of Mike Alessi.
Well, you got to wonder what's going through Alessi's head right now as he is beginning to smell blood.
I believe that Tedesco's gone down and Ivan Tedesco has lost the spot. It is now Mike Alessi, rider number 800 from Victorville, California, on the Rockstar Makita Suzuki, and he has the advantage as he heads up into the Sky Coaster.
He stalled the bike. He stalled the bike.
Mike Alessi has stalled his bike, no harm.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
Put your hands together, California, for Mike Alessi, taking the Moto win in your 450 class.
What am I going to say to him? Yeah. No mistakes in the next moto. Obviously, and fix that corner. And don't stall the bike.
What about good moto?
Yeah, probably good moto. That was a good job. I think I already told him that.
An outdoor national consists of 2 30-minute motos for each class. The combined scores from both determine the overall winner, providing the mechanic with only a small window of time between the motos to make any needed adjustments to the machine.
All right, let's try this again. Lots of energy the first 20 minutes, big effort. And that'll push you out in front with those guys.
Appears that everyone's through the corner and Ryan Dungey grabs the whole shot, rider number 10. I believe that is Blake Wharton, rider 61, back in the number 2 spot.
What a great start for the 61 of Blake Wharton. Wharton is really on a rail in this second moto. Watch what's coming up behind him right now. It's the 377 of Christophe Purcell.
From Canard to Dungey, 4 seconds are all that separate 4 riders.
In Moto 2, Blake Wharton redeemed himself with a second-place start. Then the pack closed in on the rookie and applied pressure. But a poor choice of lines and an off-camber turn derailed his run for the podium.
if you choose the wrong line coming out of that off camber, you could cost yourself a couple of seconds real easy.
And Wharton is back in 5th. So I told you, you make a mistake in that top 4, and you are going to see a big hole of riders come blowing by you. And it looks like that's exactly what happened to Blake Wharton.
You know, Blake just keeps making small mistakes.
Wharton couldn't recover from his early mistakes and placed 5th in the Moto and 7th overall. Ryan Dungey took the win, and Christophe Purcell's impressive showing in both motos earned him his first overall victory, placing Purcell and Dungey neck and neck for the series lead in the 250 class.
Hey, make sure you focus on like your whole start thing, like go over the whole thing. Think about the whole thing.
As the 450 riders prepared for the final moto of the day, devastating news came from Team Kawasaki. Their factory rider Ryan Villopoto's injury was worse than expected, negating his anticipated rivalry with the Alessis.
All I know is I saw the big Kawasaki semi driving out of here right now. That's not a good sign.
Even with their main rival out, the Alessis have a controversial past, providing them with no shortage of challengers.
You guys get along, you and Alessi?
No. We've had a bad history in the past. I just don't like the way they work. I don't like the guy. Sorry, bud.
Here we go into turn number 1. Mike Alessi does not grab the whole shot. It's Josh Grant and Ivan Tedesco both right there.
Bad line. My least favorite guy to have to race with.
Out front, Josh Grant, rider number 33.
He's still got a little bit of a gap over the rest of the field, and here comes Alessi trying to make the charge and a pass in for second. And how pumped up does he have to be right now with Villopoto out of this moto?
Mike Alessi trying to out-drag race Ivan Tedesco. Tedesco on the inside. Mike Alessi grabs a handful of Suzuki throttle. Bam! He goes into the number 2 spot. Chad Reed has caught Ivan Tedesco.
Chad, I think, desperately wants to get around Ivan because he can see the front 2 getting away. And
was that Grant having some problems out there?
And he may have lost the lead. Mike Alessi goes to the inside.
Oh, Josh Grant just came back by Mike Alessi.
Now Chad's coming.
Josh Grant, your leader, has the pressure of the Rockstar Makita Suzuki riders, and they are all over him. Here comes Mike Alessi.
I don't think Mike wants to pass Grant because he knows the guy's dirty and he ain't gonna risk it. He just doesn't want Reed passing him. He's trying to push Grant to get going.
Look at this. He is very close.
And Josh will have it though.
Wow. That was close. You saw him close it in, but Josh Grant will take the second moto win.
We got the overall. We're first. Overall champion.
Yeah.
For the day. Honestly, I think we could have done better than we did. I mean, I'm glad we won, but it isn't exactly kind of like what I had in mind, you know? A little sketchy ride in the second moto there with a lot of stuff going on with Grant, coming off the bike and stuff, and the first moto, stalling and crashing. We won, it's great, but I'd like it to be a little cleaner, you know? It's all right, I'm good. I'm good with it.
Hangtown proved that motocross is unbiased, and even the favorite can be sacrificed, leaving the title up for grabs, and everyone wanting their piece of the outdoors. Next time on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
Oh, and Kennard goes down!
I've been dreaming about winning a championship since the day I started racing.
Obviously, we're going to manipulate the injury as much as we can because I think it's our destiny.
Previously on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
I really think it takes one person, a parent, to be totally devoted to it.
You understand, I'm not leaving here until you have 5 starts, 5 hole shots.
Mike Alessi with one of his patented hole shots.
Purcell will take the moto win.
Villopoto running 10th.
You know, we heard he had a little bit of a tweaked knee possibly.
All I know is I saw the big Kawasaki semi driving out of here. That's not a good sign.
Put your hands together, California, for Mike Alessi.
It's an existence seemingly untouched by the world of motocross. Yet the man who lives here is immersed in it.
There's been quite a bit of load here. You put the back-to-back Glen Helens with the Hangtowns. I mean, that's a serious load on the body.
More than a trainer, he orchestrates every aspect of an athlete's health and fitness, filling his days with phone calls and in-person visits to some of the top riders in the sport.
What do you see? Where are you standing at?
And those little tight little turns here, kind of got to drop the shoulder in just to make sure the bike tracks well.
An Olympic athlete in his own right, Dr. Jeff Spencer has trained and counseled some of the greatest athletes on the planet. Although unconventional, his work in the field of motocross has been vital. He has pioneered some of the sport's most widely used training programs and constantly evolved rider safety.
I think the most important thing to be aware of with regard to Supercross and motocross is that it's the ultimate intersection between man and machine. Car racing is maybe a little bit more machine than man. Cycling is perhaps a little bit more man than machine. But motocross and Supercross, dead center. 1, 2,
One of Dr. Spencer's prized pupils is Ryan Villapoto. The injury that stopped him in Hangtown will end his season.
Well, I've had no ACL for 6 or 7 years, and I always just kept on riding, never got it fixed. Kind of knew it would come around to getting it fixed sometime. For me, it was the biggest season ever, and I never thought it would come around to bite me then, but it did.
Well, with regard to Ryan and his current injury, I know that Ryan will come back better and stronger, and I believe that a person's best work is always on the other side of perhaps what may seem like their darkest moments. So we look forward to getting this portion of his career over and done with so that he can move forward.
It was less than a year ago that Andrew Short felt his career had reached a plateau and was starting to lose momentum. In need of a new direction, he turned to the teachings of Dr. Spencer to help evolve his training program and bring a fresh perspective to his racing.
Hey, Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little echoey, but yeah. I think it's really important for us to add a little bit of resistance into today's program.
Spencer's been unbelievable for me. He knows when to push and knows when to back off. He's more of a coach,
The real secret to this whole chess world of athletics is to find the razor edge between too much and too little. The belief is that more is better. It's clearly not. What's better is getting the right mix of everything for you.
I think everybody has a different approach to training, how they show up to the gate on race day. Whether it's weights, cardio, technique on the bike, everybody kind of has a different mix that works for them. What works for me isn't gonna work for James Stewart or whoever. Michael Lessie is totally different than me.
While Andrew Short's off-track work is designed for an overall balance, vastly different is the training program of Michael Lessie, which is designed for one outcome.
I do what it takes to be the best, whatever it takes.
It consists of a relentless attack on the body's limitations.
It's a tough sport. Not everybody can do it. You have to be physically and mentally tough.
His own toughness is paying off this year. He is the most dominant rider in the 450 class and determined to keep it that way.
I just love to train and going to the gym and pushing hard and, leaving the gym just full of sweat, just knowing that, okay, we put in a good effort. That's gonna make the difference. What's today got to offer, Are we going to the gym? We doing 40-minute motos? What are we doing, And I feel like, this year could be the year. I feel like I have it all ready to go. This is it. It's time for Mike Lessie to show him, go out there and do it. Put it to him. I've been dreaming about winning a championship since the day I started racing. I want to win.
It's a beautiful day here, and a tremendous crowd of motocross fans have now come to Wortham, Texas for the Freestar Bank AMA Pro Motocross Championships.
Riding the rails of the track is really going to be key to this thing, and carrying those tenths between turns and keeping the rhythm and keeping the bike tracking straight. I think that's really what it goes back to.
Yeah, let us know the time here. He's coming through right now. Come on, come on!
How the times? Better. You're like about 9/10 off of the lefty right now in second.
How was the bike?
It was good. We made a change, but it wasn't as good.
How's the tires?
Good. They're starting to slide a lot.
Suspension feels fine right now. I don't like the front tire.
The rear's okay though?
Rear, I can't really tell. It's not
All
a
right.
problem. Mostly
Just the front. Okay.
40 riders, 40 of the best athletes in the world are all chasing Mike Alessi, the number 800 with the red background.
Well, here they come up through the 12 pack, and it is Mike Alessi, and he's opened up quite an impressive lead early over the 9 of Ivan Tedesco. Andrew Short continues to work on his teammate, and Andrew Short takes over the number 2 position on the track.
How about Tedesco and Short, 2 Honda team members? They are duking it out there.
This championship is starting to slip away from everybody if they can't make a move on Mike Alessi. And right now, he's opened up a very comfortable lead. These riders are going to have to rely on this heat and hoping that all the work that he's done on his starts, he hasn't got enough time to get the conditioning. But as we heard David Bailey called him, he looks like a Navy SEAL before he goes out there. So I don't believe that fitness is going to be a problem at all for him. Andrew Short does hold on to that number 2 spot, and Texas has always been good to Andrew Short. Look for him to try to put a push on later.
Here comes the checkered flag. Moto by winner sailor of Mike Alessi.
It's reminiscent of James Stewart from a year or so ago and Ricky Carmichael before him.
In Moto 1, Mike Alessi's tireless training and intense dedication overwhelmed the field.
Dude, look. I know.
Hey, don't worry about it. Dude, it kills me that
It kills me to not see you win because you're the guy that's out there racing. Don't make it so tough on yourself. Get the freaking start.
All right, the next moto is when everyone's going to be hating it. So Short even said on the podium, second moto here, he always blows it. You're solid. Just keep it up.
In Moto 2, Alessi took the whole shot and checked out from the competition.
Holy cow, the 800 is out in front here once again. And now we can see Andrew Short as he skims across the top.
The sweltering Texas heat tested the conditioning of Andrew Short, yet his preparation proved worthy as he battled towards his best weekend of the series, placing 2nd overall. That position was a distant one to the now untouchable Mike Alessi.
Mike Alessi is putting together the consistency to run up front and run up front often.
The conductor is Mike Alessi. He has annihilated the crew here today.
Finally, he gets a number 1 plate. He's had 2 number 2s past 2 years. Finally, it's number 1.
It comes as a shock to no one that Ryan Dungey is leading the 250 series.
Ryan Dungey has checked into the number 1 ride. Here comes Purcell.
The surprise comes from this man, Christophe Purcell.
And holy cow, Purcell and Dungey now knocking at the door.
The unlikely challenger has made it difficult for the number 10 in every moto. And along with his pro circuit teammates, they have literally surrounded Dungey from start to finish.
Working the outside, Christophe Purcell, he drops the hammer.
Pro Circuit has ruled the 250 class for nearly 2 decades. Yet this year's team is largely inexperienced in the American outdoors. The 411 of Tyler Rattray and the 19 of Jake Weimer have proved they have promise and can challenge for podiums. But it's the 377 of Christophe Purcell who has captured everyone's attention with his effortless riding.
far as what makes him so good, I have no idea. But that dude has got some serious talent and is able to go unbelievably fast on a dirt bike and so smooth and mellow.
Everything is just pretty much flawless and just comes so easy to him.
Purcell is checked into the #1 ride.
Tim, this guy's not a rider that you can let get away. He is mature well beyond his years riding over in Europe.
It was just 2 years ago that Purcell's career was thought to be over after a horrific crash in Europe.
Someone crashed on a big jump, and nobody showed me with the yellow flag that someone was behind the jump. So I jumped on him, then I crashed. When I saw the doctor, he told me that I was 70% to be paralyzed, and I didn't really like what he said.
Here comes our leader. He'll be crossing the finish line momentarily. The 377 of Christoph Purcell.
He had a pretty drastic injury that pretty much ended his career. He was confined to a wheelchair for a little bit. He worked really hard at rehab for him to come back and still be at the level that he's at. It almost looks like, you know, he never lost nothing.
The weekends are the easiest part for any race team. The real work is done during the week at the shop.
Oh, caught you not working.
Mitch Payton started Pro Circuit in 1978 with the goal of making the best exhaust and suspension in the industry. Along the way, they have become the most successful team in racing.
When I first started, I don't know if they made fun of me or made it harder on me in the very initial beginning, because they said, well, you know, you're not the factory. Your stuff can't be as good as the factory's because you're not the factory. And probably overall, it was the best thing for me because, you know, that fear of failure really bothers me.
Pro Circuit has made its mark not only by winning, but winning with unknown riders and athletes thought to be past their prime.
I always like winning. Like, nothing's more important than that. I think it puts a good philosophy in our company that, you know, like, we race, but we race to win. You know, like, I want to be the best at it, or we shouldn't do it. Pro Circuit is somewhere that I would like to ride for. You know, like, if I was riding, I'd love to ride here.
Since 1991, Pro Circuit has fielded the strongest and most consistent team in the outdoor series.
Very impressive. On your last lap, you went outside, which looked pretty good. You didn't ever sit down. That's where Dungey and Purcell went on their fast laps. That's all I can judge that off of.
Still, there are plenty of challengers to that position. One such rival is Factory Connection.
Yeah, come on!
Using similar techniques in building their team with bright young talent, they field a roster certain to threaten any podium.
I do want to win, and I think that just got to keep putting in effort and just get input from everyone around me that maybe I'm doing something wrong or what they say that I could be doing better.
High Point Raceway. Say hello to the world.
250 class from High Point Raceway.
Across the stripe, it's Trey Kennard. It's 1st and 10 for the Oklahoma Sooner.
Oh, and a rider goes down. Trey Kennard, rider number 39, is trying to get away from Christoph Purcell.
Kennard is starting to stretch it out a little bit and starting to feel a little bit more comfortable out front. From the number 5 spot of Ryan Dungey, he goes head-to-head, wheel-to-wheel with the 123 of Searle. Makes the pass into the 4th place position, and now Ryan Dungey has the top 3 riders in his sight. Here comes Purcell, only 2 seconds now behind Trey Kennard for the number 1 spot, and it looks as though they're running nearly identical lap times.
Dungey has closed up on Barsha. Justin Barsha is about to get a lesson in passing. Dungey is on the inside.
They went out of sight there. We'll know for sure as they come back in the sight in just mere moments.
And Dungey picks up the number 3 spot.
The battle for first is what's really tightening up out there right now. Looks almost like Purcell may be a little faster on that section of the track.
Look at the lap time. Purcell is all over the back of Trey Kennard. tough break for Trey Kennard. What an outstanding ride. Christophe Purcell is your leader.
What a tough break for Trey Kennard to see what looked like a sure win.
And here comes the checkered flag. He's gone 1-1 on the day, Christophe Purcell.
Yeah, it's a compound fracture of the wrist. Things just sticking out of there. It's ugly. See bone and blood and kids screaming, and it's the worst feeling ever. He had it. He was gonna win.
Injuries are a harsh reality in motocross, constantly altering the sport's hierarchy, especially in the 450 class. We're here at the starting gate. Rumors of a midweek crash causing major surgery to Mike Alessi's knee now appear true, as the most dominant rider in the series is missing.
So that we know that with Chad Reed sitting in second place in points, anything can happen. Then you throw into the mix Josh Grant, who's inspired. You have Andrew Short, who wants it awful bad, and he too may put himself in position today to battle for that championship.
And with that, the 450 class riders, you can start your engine.
Chad Reed has grabbed his first hole shot of 09.
And look at this, looks like Reed is already in checkout mode as Reed has grabbed a fistful of throttle trying to stretch it out from the rest of the pack back there.
And he's lost the lead. Chad Reed has lost the lead to Andrew Short. Now Chad Reed is getting very creative, very aggressive, and Chad Reed has pulled back up to the inside of Andrew Short, but Andrew Short gets the door shut in front of him, and Rodney, he's trying to break away right now with Reed back in second. Reed goes to the inside, and Rodney, Chad Reed is taken back over the lead.
You know, you said Josh Grant inspired. I say Josh Grant is on a mission.
Not only has he caught Andrew Short, he's looking for a way around him. Grant actually touches down in front of Andrew Short. Josh Grant has moved into position number 2 on the Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha. Now we see Chad Reed.
And Chad Reed is about to make history in a couple of different levels. Checkers are out. Chad Reed will take the Moto win.
By Chad winning both motos today, he took over the points lead and the red plate. He is now leading in points, and Alessi is still in second, although he did not race today.
We got 8 more races to go. You know, you're gonna have to deal with weather and bad starts, anything. I mean, it's motocross. Who knows, you know?
Make sure I have your name spelled correctly, the right date of birth.
The broken wrist Trey Kennard suffered in High Point will call for immediate surgery and likely put an end to his outdoor season.
He broke his distal radius, actually broke it through his growth plate. It takes us 2 to 3 months to heal, and during that time we'll be working his motion, getting his motion back, getting back to doing what he wants to do.
The injuries and the pain that comes with them a rider can handle. The time off the bike required to heal is a whole other issue.
Why do I do what I do? I can't live without it, you know. I want to be riding, and I've been so bummed out and depressed that I'm not. It's sad, man. It's my life, and this is my purpose, you know. So to not do it, I feel empty.
As usual, things for the Alessis are more complicated. Mike is not here for surgery. That took place 6 days ago.
So Dr. Stein, what's going on here?
Okay, this is what happened here. He fractured the patella. We had a fracture through here, down here, and through here. Fortunately for Mike, nothing was muscular-wise was detached from the patella, so that's going to allow him to heal up a little bit quicker.
The normal healing time for the kneecap is 2 months. However, using this therapy, the Alessis plan on racing by next weekend.
This doesn't seem natural. You know what I mean? Can you comment on that?
Absolutely. Natural healing process means you sit on the couch for 6 weeks and then you start doing things. We're the fastest guy in the class. I mean, we won 4 races in a row, and I think this championship's ours. I mean, we've worked for it for 17 years. Obviously, we're going to manipulate the injury as much as we can to get back in there, because I think it's our destiny.
Next time on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
Ride hard, train hard, play harder.
My self-worth isn't based on the track, and it's easy as a racer to get caught up in that.
And we saw that his kneecap was broken half.
It's going to be really close to coming back.
Go like this and make it go that way. Everybody wants to know the same thing. This is possible to do, you know?
Oh, and Alessi goes down.
Mike came like this, the other guy came right into him. The universe will get him back for that.
Previously on the Moto, inside the outdoors.
I don't think they like each other very much, and that's cool for racing.
You guys get along, you and Alessi?
No. We've had a bad history in the past. I don't like the guy. Sorry, bud. I've been dreaming about winning a championship since the day I started racing. I want to win.
Moto 1 winner, say hello to Mike Alessi.
And in a shocking turn of events, an injury to Mike Alessi's knee forces the family to take unnatural steps in order to contend for the title.
Natural healing process means you sit on the couch for 6 weeks and then you start doing things. We're the fastest guy in the class. I mean, we won 4 races in a row, and I think this championship's ours. Obviously, we're going to manipulate the injury as much as we can to get back in there, because I think it's our destiny.
He is, by all accounts, a motocross prodigy, whose life has been solely focused on the dream of a championship. This year, the dream seemed to materialize as Mike Alessi marched towards greatness. Yet a devastating injury destroyed his kneecap, leaving him with little chance to return and his season hanging in the balance.
It's up to Mike, you know? It's up to Mike at this point. I mean, we know what it's going to take. It's not rocket science. It's racing motorcycles.
The life jacket and snorkel appear unnecessary in a pool. But just 8 days out of surgery, Mike has little mobility in his knee, making the task of swimming without the use of his leg nearly impossible. Still, if he is to race a national, training is needed.
After seeing us ride 4 motos in a row and win 4 races, one coming from on the ground and passing everybody to win, and then one race winning by over 30 seconds, it was pretty clear to me after 17 years we were in a position to win this championship. And so, like, to have it just kind of taken away with a freak accident it's disturbing, you know?
He's worked his entire life for this. I mean, I see the dedication that he puts into this. It's heartbreaking.
If you're going to come back for the championship, then your options are only one. You have to come back at the earliest race, which would be Colorado.
This was my championship to win, and it still is.
This week here at the house, you know, Chad and Grant Langston, they came down this week to hang out. It's actually, I'm 30 this week, so last day in the 20s right now, so try and suck it up while I can, I guess.
The outdoor season is as physically and mentally demanding as any in professional sports. The taxing 12-week schedule makes the time off between races critical for a rider to balance his training, his family, and his fun. The 30th birthday of Australian rider Michael Byrne provides an excuse for fellow Australian and current points leader Chad Reed to come hang out in Georgia and break away from the constant pressure of racing.
One of my bosses once told me,
ride hard, train hard, but play hard. I've tried to live by that and just have fun, you know, enjoy it. I've been through the years where it all seems a drag and it all seems not that fun. Now I feel like I have that fire, and I think that that's why my results this year are getting better. There's no better feeling than just pushing the envelope, you know. The average person, I don't believe they can relate to that, on how crazy it is. At the time, it seems so easy, but there's such that fine line of tipping over, and in the back of your mind, you know that it can all end badly, and it can all end and be taken away from you in a heartbeat. I guess that's what's exciting, you know. If I'm gonna go down or go out, I want to go down, you know, doing what I love and my terms, I guess.
The simple charm of the country is a welcome change from the chaos of the racetrack. The allure of that lifestyle led Andrew Short and his wife Jackie to settle down and raise their daughter Emma here in rural Texas.
I've been really blessed to be able to have a place in Texas. We have a bunch of land, and like I'm spoiled now, you know.
We kind of always knew that we wanted a place like this, and we don't have to leave to go do something kind of fun, just to spend time and hang out with family.
Being a father has changed my life hugely. I just told my wife, you know, like I didn't know what we used to do. I'm so excited to come home for a different reason. You know, before it was like, oh, I want to lay on the couch or something stupid, you know.
When we first saw her, I thought she looked exactly like Andrew. You know, she had her white hair and white eyebrows, and of course I think she's cute because she's, you know, mine, but she's my baby.
I think my career will be lengthened because of where we live and how we train and ride, because I'm having more fun, limiting a lot of that other stuff that burns you out. I've also learned that, you know, my self-worth isn't based on the track. And it's easy as a racer to get caught up in that. I feel like you're being judged kind of by your results. And I believe, you know, from a religion standpoint, that God loves every one of us the same. And, you know, and I get lost in the racing sense of it. So I try to go back to kind of what the Bible says, and it doesn't really matter what's happening on the track as long as I'm giving it all my effort. My favorite passage is Psalms 37:4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart.
With only 5 days before the race in Colorado, Mike Alessi is still unable to do his normal training program. He's come to Big Bear, California, in search of an alternative.
We've had to fill in our program with other things. A lot of different activities that he's never done before. Just go straight. Turn around, come straight again. So all you gotta do is go that way, just go that way, and don't stop. And when you're done, turn around and come back this way. We had to figure out how to maintain his endurance and to maintain his muscle strength. Just go that way.
I know, but
stop.
You don't understand. I can't turn left or right on just command. I just go wherever I go.
Okay, well, aim it that way. Just aim that way, because there's a lot of water over there that you can't get yourself in trouble in.
Aye, aye, Captain.
It's hard on him. I mean, anything that you have to do that's new is not that fun. If it's going that way, go like this and make it go that way. He didn't like doing it. It was new to him. He didn't like it. He wasn't good at it. Your leg doesn't work. This is what you got to do. Do you understand the theory of what we're trying to accomplish? Gosh, I don't know why you can't figure this out, dude. It's not that hard. I wasn't going to let him give up until we got the numbers that we needed. I'm sure that while he was doing it and I'm screaming at him and telling him, dude, you gotta go for this, I'm sure he hated that part of it. But at the end of the day, I didn't let him quit. Come Come on, this is it. This is the real test right now. I didn't let him roll over. Steady, all the way.
Oh, God.
There you go. Stay on the right. That's it. Just stay right there. And we accomplished the task. Bring it on in. You did good. Check the thing off. We got in the workout that we needed that day for endurance, and we got it.
Although the workout was accomplished, there are several elements still needed if Mike Alessi is to race the next national. Besides the obvious components, he'll be required to submit a doctor's release stating that the kneecap that was fractured less than 2 weeks earlier is completely healed, leaving Mike with only 5 days and nights remaining for the body to mend properly and miraculously save his season.
It's gonna take a miracle, dude. God's gonna need to come down and he's gonna need to lend a hand.
2 weeks after reconstructive surgery to his kneecap, and Mike Alessi is back riding. Divine as that may seem, the harsh reality is this: riding and racing an outdoor national are entirely two different things.
I mean, all the straightaways, the bumps, even the jumps, about normal.
Okay.
Normal. But the corners, again, look like, 6 speeds slower than normal.
It's gonna be really close to coming back. It's gonna be right on the edge of making it. It's just really about how much pain I can take, how much heart and will I have to go out there and just do it.
I think that we got the first miracle with the bone being healed in 14 days. But, now we have the 2 other steps of the puzzle, You gotta have strength and you have to have speed. We have to get that miracle now in 4 days.
I know that Tony, he believes he's doing the best thing for his kid, and he has done a lot for his kid, but I think their weakness is that they don't trust anyone.
Everybody else will tell you they got their interest in you and you're all that matters, but it's, I wake up every morning and I think about how to make these guys as good as they can be. I go to sleep thinking the same thing. And that's all I think about all day during the day. I don't have other interests.
They probably always thought that you're going to give more help to Reed or more help to Dungey. We give a lot of help to everybody, and we want to help the ones that want to help.
Parents matter the most. Wake up. Look at the people that have been successful. Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart, are they not the most successful riders that you know? Parents are there.
You cannot help anybody if they don't trust you or they don't believe in your help.
The constant thought of motocross is not for everyone. The pressure of race day and repetitive practice during the week can burn out even a young rider. For 250 class racer Jake Weimer, the opportunity to be off the bike and away from the track is a chance to escape the never-ending stress of racing.
You're always occupying yourself with dirt bikes and racing and training or something to do with that. So I think that it's good for me to have something, like RC cars or, whatever it is, something that you can go and take your mind away from it and just focus on something else. It's almost like you're riding a dirt bike without the consequences. I should have put the body on it. Man, sponsors are not gonna be happy about this one.
English-born Tommy Searle was touted as the next great European champion. He's left the hype of home for the uncertainty of American motocross.
I can't really look like a badass with this little sweep over I have going on right now, can I? Look like Prince Harry or something. You're expected to kind of win, I've always had great results, from when I was young, and when I come second in the world, no one was expecting me to do that until my final year, and maybe so I've come over here and, I'm expected to do well, and that's maybe why I've put pressure on myself, so I guess I just need to loosen up a bit.
Tommy proved he can compete in the U.S. by earning his first podium last race at High Point. He's here in Colorado to build on that success and become a serious threat for the title.
And the gate is down!
Purcell got caught up in the gate!
And Dungey's right in the middle. He's going to come through in the top 10.
and it's Weimer who's taken over the top spot.
Then it's Davalos, and in behind Davalos, and that's Tommy Cyril. And Purcell is deep in the pack. Dungey's deep as well. Barsha is trying all the tricks to get around Weimer. So an amazing turn of events as two of the favorites find themselves deep in the field. And we have a new leader, and it's Barsha out front. Cyril, a very crafty rider, came all the way over from England. And can Cyril pick up the spot on Davalos? Yes, he does. Jake Weimer is catching Justin Barsha.
He is chipping away a little bit every lap.
You can throw a blanket over first through eighth right now.
These guys swapping positions at every opportunity.
Tommy Cyril got back around Metcalf.
And Weimer's closing in. He is closing in on Barsha. The gap is about 5 bike lengths now as they head back up the short side of Horsepower Hill.
And the number 19 of Weimer has gone around Barsha. He makes the pass coming down the hill.
Well, he's got to just be so excited inside of that helmet, looking at a chance for an overall here today.
Here comes Jake Weimer. Jake Weimer about to take the checkered flag.
Jake Weimer shook up the podium by taking a surprising overall win. Tommy Cyril fought hard all day, placing a respectable third and leaving the 250 title up for grabs. But the real drama in Colorado is still to come, as everyone turns their focus to Mike Alessi. The number 800 will attempt to race just 17 days after surgery in order to save his season. Lakewood, Colorado, and all eyes are focused on the number 800 of Mike Alessi, who has made the decision just 17 days after major knee surgery to gear up and race.
Everybody wants to know the same thing. Is this possible to do, you know? 4 days ago, we were pretty close to 20 seconds a lap slower than Jeff. 2 seconds a lap slower than Jeff in the first practice. In the second practice, we're the same speed as Jeff. We're getting better every lap. There's no doubt about it. Your riding wasn't bad. You have the speed right now to score points in both models. How do you feel like your lasting power will be? No problem? All right, I think we're good.
There goes Ivan Tedesco. There is the number 26 of Michael Byrne, the 22 of Chad Reed. Ivan Tedesco with the advantage. Mike Alessi still putting on a very valiant effort, but Josh Grant, the next rider to try to go around the 800, and Grant. Oh, and Alessi goes down. Alessi goes down. Very tough break for the 800, and there's a pile up of riders.
He's holding that knee, Rob. He's holding that knee.
What is the situation? I know, what is the situation now?
Meanwhile, out front, hot sauce.
Josh Grant. Every time I punch that guy in the face.
Ivan Tedesco is out front, and look at the group of riders, and they're going around Chad Reed. The red number plate background has lost a position to the 29 of Andrew Short. Here comes Jake Moss, and Jake Moss is able to put a pass on Reed. Grant, 33, trying to come around with them as well, and that Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha.
Universe will get him back for that, just so you know. I don't care how it goes. Mark my words, in 2 races, he'll get it. Remember me telling you that. Not from us. The Universe will get him. Yep. Oh, Josh Grant took him out.
Did he?
Yeah.
But there was no foul in that.
Okay, there was no foul. I was just wondering what you saw. Well, he got hit wide open is what I saw. So, can we go look at that? Can we go look at the replays? Let me tell you what everybody in the tower where I was standing saw. Mike came like this. The other guy came right into him, plowed him off the track. Cleaned him out. He completely drove himself right in front of him. Look, so go slow motion. Look at his line. His line is straight line right into the front of his bike. Look, he's still in, Mike's in the rut. Do you see the rut that we're in? In the rut. This guy is in no rut. He's coming straight across where there's no line. Are you seeing no line? Look it. And he even braked a little bit to set him up to get him. Watch it slow. Where is he? What thing?
Checkered flag in hand. Ivan Tedesco brings home the Moto 1 win.
Andrew Short holds on to take number 2, and Chad Reed finishes in the number 3 spot.
How does it feel like when you move it?
Sharp pain.
Where?
Right in the middle.
Hey, can we just take a quick look and see if it came apart? The guy is gonna get really bad luck for what he did. I mean, that was a deliberate takeout, straight out. Now he's hurt. He busted his knee open again. Watch, mother.
What?
I said watch.
Hey, and then what'd you say?
I said what?
You said what? And then you said That's what you said. You said watch.
Yeah, you just watch.
You said watch, mother.
I know.
Josh Grant, he's just like, you know, a rider that came up with Mike, and they've always had trouble. You know, he's like one of those jealous guys, you know? And I think that Mike was getting a lot of press today because he was trying to do the impossible, and he was pulling it off, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he fought through the pain, he qualified, he got a second place start, we were running top 10, it was gonna go good, you know? And we did everything we could do, and that's it. So, I mean, there's no regrets at this point, you know? I mean, we made our best effort. Is it? The season's over? No doubt.
The crash re-injured the already damaged knee and will require another surgery, officially putting an end to Mike Alessi's season. The AMA ruled the collision was a racing incident, with no rider at fault. Still, Josh Grant's intent is up for discussion.
Josh Grant obviously took his line away, which he would do it hurt, not hurt. You know, I don't think he intentionally took him out to blow his knee out, but I think that their lines came together. I don't think Josh steered away from it. You know, the way he looked at it, you don't want to get hit, you shouldn't be on the track.
You gotta realize this isn't like pee-wee soccer. We don't all have to play. We don't all have to hold hands and shake hands in the game.
We definitely have a past, but I mean, that didn't have really much to do with it. Just, I want to do good, and if you're in my way, I'll move you out of the way, pretty much.
That's all you can say about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Next time on the Moto, inside the outdoors. The mid-season grind sets in, and the dream of being a professional racer seems more like a 9-to-5 job. Those who survive will be that much closer to the title. Questions. Seldom has this point in the season been reached with so few answered.
There's probably 6, 7, 8 guys that could win motos right now.
Even the answers revealed have been of half measure. Favorites lived up to the hype, and then were left on the couch to heal. The Europeans appeared at home, and then lost in foreign lands, often within the same day. Veterans returned unprepared for the difficulties, while rookies looked as if they were seasoned by years in the outdoors. Destiny came within reach, only to be snatched away unfulfilled, and an underdog forced his way into the title race. And so we arrive here, at the midpoint of the season, nowhere closer to the answers. The dog days of summer, an exhausting stretch of 4 races that crisscross the country, making the travel schedule seem endless. And the dream of becoming a professional racer starts to feel more like a 9-to-5 job.
Oh, a rider goes down amazingly hard. Dungey went down. Ryan Dungey goes down hard.
Oh, my goodness.
You have it or you don't. Some guys are motivated and some people don't have that.
And into turn number 1 they go. He pickpocketed him. He showed the inside and went to the outside. Dungey is saying, this is my house.
He is simply managing a championship.
It is through this unheralded section of the season that consistency and toughness win out, and the questions left for those willing to fight for the title are simple. What do you have left? How bad do you want it? And what will you sacrifice to get it?
Welcome to the great outdoors.
Is the halfway point of the AMA Lucas Oil Motocross Championships.
The loss of the two frontrunners in the 450 class breathes new life into the field here in Michigan and creates an intense hunger for riders to separate from the pack.
The number 9 of Ivan Tedesco that's holding on to this number 1 position. Here comes the 33, Josh Grant, who has moved now into the number 3 position. These Honda guys got to be feeling pretty good. However, Josh Grant on the Joe Gibbs Yamaha, he is all over Andrew Short, Rob. You can see him go up the hill. Then
He's
there's a
got him,
dogleg.
Tim. He's made the pass on Andrew Short.
From one side to the other, Grant, he is looking for an opportunity. He's looking for a window to get around. Josh Grant is 2-3 bike lengths away, but all of a sudden Tedesco's got
Grant.
trouble.
Grant takes over the lead from Ivan Tedesco. And Josh Grant's your new leader on the Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha. Chad Reed's going to try to go around Short. Reed goes to the bottom of the racetrack, and Andrew Short with Chad Reed all over him.
Side by side they go.
Chad Reed's going to the inside. Chad Reed is going to try to make a move. He does. Chad Reed gets around Andrew Short. Josh Grant's out front, turning lap times that are the fastest on the track. It's going to be awful hard for any of these guys to try to deny him an overall today.
Josh Grant about ready to stick a fork in this one. He's going to go 2-1 for the overall. Grant really whipping it up, and all of a sudden Ivan Tedesco, he's going on to the inside. Here comes Chad Reed.
Which fender's going to come out front, the yellow or the red, and it's going to be...
And Chad Reed gets him. Nope, Chad Reed does not get him. A half a wheel length, and what a good run. What an exciting run. But Josh Grant celebrating here. He'll take the overall.
For Josh Grant, the win moved him closer to series leader Chad Reed. The Southern California native is a throwback to the hard-nosed riders of the past, yet his team is new to this particular motorsport. A subdivision of Joe Gibbs Racing, the motocross side is the creation of Coy Gibbs and shares the same multi-million-dollar facility as the NASCAR team. Coy is the son of Hall of Fame NFL coach and NASCAR owner Joe Gibbs, and the influences from those two sports are seen here in the motocross program, from team concept to rider selection.
You want a tough guy first. Better be tough. Number 1, the best football players I've ever seen. It wasn't the money, and it wasn't the fame. It was just some weird desire that person had to be the best. I know Josh Grant, he's a tough kid. It's fun to watch him. He's got the desire to win.
Coy has also made it mandatory that the entire operation work and train together in Charlotte.
10. I like being there in North Carolina and being with the team. It's a good program. I mean, they really got everything we need to succeed.
Another part of Josh's support team is his father, Mike. He has come to the National here in Millville to anxiously watch his son make a charge at the points lead.
Well, in my mind, there's probably several things going on. First of all, not get hurt. Man, you see that?
30 minutes plus 2 laps of Millville mean, and the toughest and most gnarly athletes in all of the world are trying to tame 450 cc's of aggression.
Come on!
And Chad Reed out to a good start.
Third. Come on! Chad, Josh.
It's a set of pairs here, the 22 and the 33.
Come on! Yeah! Come on, Josh! Yeah! What a line! Yeah!
And how about that? Josh Grant, he pickpocketed him. He showed the inside and went to the outside. And Josh Grant is first and 10.
Go, baby!
Chad Reed knows that he cannot lay down. He's got to win these races. He's got to stay ahead of Josh Grant because Grant has emerged the threat in AMA Motocross. And it looks like Reed has a chance now up across the RC double. They're in the air at the same time.
Did you see Chad jump with her?
Grant goes to the inside, Reed goes to the outside. Reed is taking the long way around the racetrack, but he's keeping the throttle wide open in doing so. And the checkered flag is about to come out.
Yeah! 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 Woo!
You just gained a bunch of points. Huh?
The points are critical, especially at this juncture in the season. Any slip in position could prevent a chance at catching the series leader, Chad Reed.
The whoop monster is out, and he is mean as ever.
Dang it, he's down. No! There he is, on the ground. Gosh! No way. I know, it's straight. No one turned right. What happened?
Hold everything as Josh Grant starts out nearly dead last. Chad Reed still holds on to the #1 ride. Josh was really coming into his own. He got taken out, but he's running 15th now. Reed atop the Suzuki, and here he sits comfortable.
Chad's gone.
Josh Grant, he is not letting off one bit. He is trying to redeem himself.
Come on, let's go!
Currently running 9th here.
Come on, one more, one more!
Josh Grant has really put on a show here coming through the pack.
Come on!
Unfortunately, though, it will not be good enough. And so Chad Reed is gaining some comfort. Chad Reed is in a very, very good position for the overall national championship.
The win put momentum back on Chad Reed's side, and even though Josh Grant made a valiant charge, he missed the podium, letting valuable points slip away. Still ahead, there's a championship to be won on the racetrack as the 250 riders battle from Redbud to Millville to Washougal and finally Unadilla. This year, the season has been defined by an unpredictable rhythm. Preventing a clear picture of the 250 title race as the riders arrive in Redbud. Yet for one racer, his consistent pace has paid off. The steady riding of Brett Metcalf has moved him closer to the points lead.
I've always been involved with music since I was a kid, and I always wanted to play drums. When I play, man, I just feel like freedom. It's kind of like jumping a jump for the first time. Getting behind these drums feels like that every time. I just love being back here.
That's it.
Redbud! Give a big old Redbud!
In a class defined by youth, Metcalf is one of the few seasoned veterans on a 250 machine. He has used that experience to score points in every moto, and although he is without a podium finish, he has emerged from the pack as a serious contender for the title.
Dungey riding a great ride, but Christophe Purcell actually running a faster lap time that time around.
It was thought that Ryan Dungey would run away with the 250 title, but Christophe Purcell has been more than a worthy challenger. He has traded podiums with Dungey and is currently leading the series.
I think Ryan Dungey is a good rider and he's fast, but he's making a mistake.
Dungey went down. Ryan Dungey goes down hard.
And I'm making the mistake too.
And where is Christophe Purcell? He's in 40th spot after going down.
Purcell and Dungey both suffered a crash and won a moto at Redbud, leaving valuable points up for grabs and failing to separate themselves in the standings.
I'm gonna go on the track and give my best. I know that I'm really fast. I know that I can win race. I just gotta be focused, intelligent, and then that's it.
And out front is Jake Weimer.
The surprise in the field is the number 19 of Jake Weimer. He has showed he can run up front and also proved opportunistic, by capitalizing on the misfortune of other riders.
I led the first moto for a couple laps, and Dungey got by me. And then, it was one of those situations again where I just kind of followed him until the checkered flag flew. In the second moto, I didn't get as good a start. I started probably 10th. Saw that Dungey had gone down.
It looks like Weimer, who is now running in the number 4 spot.
I kind of knew where everybody had finished, and I was in 4th, and then I got on my pit board, Be Smart overall.
And Jake Weimer going for his 2nd overall win in a row.
So I just kind of, played it smart and, won the overall again.
And now, the spray of champagne.
Weimer's win and the up-and-down riding of Dungey and Purcell narrowed the separation in points between the top 5 riders and added even more uncertainty to the 250 title race. Despite a quiet amateur career, Roger DeCoster saw something in Ryan Dungey few others saw. He signed him to Team Suzuki, and Dungey was taken under the wing of DeCoster and his other rider at the time, Ricky Carmichael. Yet even with the mentoring of the 2 biggest names in the history of the sport, his primary training is done by himself here in Florida.
Having that commitment and drive it's tough, when you get up and you're tired and don't want to get out of bed. It's hard not to have nobody there to be pushing you, but the job's got to get done somehow. But I don't know, I feel like I have that self-driven motivation and I'll do anything to make it happen and to win. I don't know, I'm not really a guy that needs somebody to tell me what to do, I think that if you tell me to do 3 reps, I'll do 4, and because it's all worth it. There's always that voice like, hey, you could probably do more. Never want to have that feeling like you didn't do enough.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Honda Nationals at Spring Creek Motocross in Millville, Minnesota.
Born and raised just a few miles from Millville, Minnesota, the National here is a homecoming for Ryan Dungey.
I remember showing up to Millville, watching the Pro Nationals, and now I'm getting those shoes, and it's like it's not even what I thought it was. It's like a whole another level. I know that it's going to be gone before I know it, and I'm going to be looking back at it like, man, I want to do it again. So it's definitely a little different from the outside looking in.
And into turn number 1 they go. The number 10 of Ryan Dungey. Oh my goodness. The number 10 of Ryan Dungey. He had the whole shot. He's coming off a great weekend, still holding on to this number 1 position.
That was pretty cool, just to open up a gap like that from the beginning. And it's just one of them days when you're feeling good and everything's clicking. And even when you feel like you're going slow, you're still pulling time on the guy behind you, so it almost felt easy.
Ryan Dungey is saying, this is my house. I own this house, and you're going to have to take it away from me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present to you the number 10 atop the Suzuki is Ryan Dungey.
For Ryan, winning in front of his hometown fans was a dream come true. But the real prize is still ahead as the riders travel from coast to coast in a battle for the championship. A crucial yet underestimated element in outdoor motocross is terrain. The AMA series makes 12 stops with 12 extremely different types of soil. The most deceiving surface is here in Washougal, Washington.
It's so slippery right down there. It's like ice. The wood chips go away really, really quick.
Also overlooked are the men who followed the series, providing the necessary tires for each varying racetrack.
Can you grab a front wheel and put a 715 on it for me?
10-4.
Their knowledge in tire selection is essential to a rider's success.
He's going to need this one.
Okay.
The series leaders in the 250 class share the same Bridgestone tire tech, who must unbiasedly weigh each rider's needs against his own expertise in order to provide each with the proper selection.
The dirt looks so good, the facility is so beautiful, the surroundings are great, and yet there's absolutely no traction whatsoever. Okay. And you want. Okay.
Front change felt really good.
Okay.
The traction felt great. It felt like it had more plant, but it wasn't overdone.
I think I'll stay with 450 size, but go to the pattern you had the first time.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Having more in common than just a tire tech, Dungey and Purcell have mirrored each other's results, keeping within 9 points of each other the entire season.
And it is Wharton into the number 1 ride. It's Dungey now to the number 2 position. Rob Midas, they're heading your way.
Here they come. It's Wharton, followed by Dungey. Purcell finds himself far back in the pack.
It is still Wharton into the number 1 ride. It's Dungey now into the number 2 position. Back into the number 3 comes Max Anstey with Tommy Sorrell into the number 4 spot. The 377. Our points leader, and Christoph Purcell is at mid-pack as they go to the top of the mountain. It is still Blake Wharton holding on to that number 1 ride.
Dungey continues to pressure the 61 of Blake Wharton. And Purcell, just over halfway through this moto, is only up to the number 11 position. A tough break for the current red plate holder.
Blake Wharton still holding on to the number 1 ride. Here comes Dungey.
Dungey up on the inside.
I'm telling you what, folks, when Dungey went by here, you could feel the vibration, the inertia of that motorcycle. It was unbelievable. And Ryan Dungey, from here today, takes the number 1 position in the 250 class.
The overall win in Washougal moved Dungey into a tie with Purcell for the series points lead. However, these two have traded wins all year, and the Frenchman was up next in Unadilla.
On a Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, he comes to us from the country of France, now calling Corona, California home. Will you say hello to the 377 of Christoph Superman Purcell? Ryan Dungey, he's tied with Christoph Purcell for the points lead. Dungey's sitting about 15th spot right now.
Here they come to the mechanics area. And Mitch Payton and the boys with smiles on their face. The 15-second lead from the 377. Oh my goodness. It's Superman, Christoph Purcell.
With only 3 races left, Purcell's win made it clear that it'll be a 2-man battle between him and Dungey for the 250 title. As the 450 riders enter Washougal, Chad Reed has gotten better every race, and his consistent riding has started to separate him from the pack. A 2-time Supercross champ, Reed has never achieved much success in the outdoors. Yet after 2 years off, he came back this year with a new attitude and a new approach towards racing.
I just feel like I'm in a different place. I'm enjoying, racing. I'm enjoying working hard and just enjoying the people that I'm around.
He's always saying how it just feels like it's just easy to be here.
Chad Reed moved to the number 1 position. Remember, Reed was sitting on a pretty comfortable lead coming into today's competition. It looks like he's going to run away with the overall.
The big thing is to limit the damage on a bad day when things don't roll your way. Chad is really good at that.
It was Chad Reed that was able to pull the trigger on the 18.
Talk about it in baseball, basketball, football, but motocross also. He's in the zone right now, and Chad Reed is going after yet another 1-1 on the day.
That will be 4 in a row in his 7th moto win of the season. A very consistent running for Chad Reed.
He is simply managing a championship.
Reed's dominance through this middle stretch of the season put him in full control of his own destiny. And even though this section of the series is difficult and often overlooked, the die-hard fans in these remote locations knew exactly what they were watching. A glimpse at the groundwork that will eventually build a champion. Next time on the Moto, inside the outdoors. Chad Reed arrives in style with a chance to win the title early. The 250 riders are locked in a vicious battle, and even Mother Nature has her say on the championship.
There was fans literally like standing on the track. Hay bales floating, water, rivers. I think it was hailing at one point. Like, it was insane.
On the season finale of the Moto, inside the outdoors. With just 3 races left in the season, Ryan Dungey and Christophe Purcell are on a collision course for the 250 title.
It's Superman, Christophe Purcell. Ryan Dungey is saying, "This is my house."
And Chad Reed may only need one more win for the elusive 450 championship.
I want to walk away from the sport knowing that I achieved everything that I kind of set out to. Outdoors is something that's missing.
Despite consistently being on the podium throughout his career, Chad Reed has never had a 450 overall win in the outdoors. That all changed this year. Reed has been on a roll, compiling 4 outdoor wins and having a commanding lead in the series, making the weekly family gathering at the Reed house an even more festive occasion.
Life's good. Get some dinner on tonight, hang out a little bit. Got Burner and Danny down. Mike and Megan are gonna come over, which is Mike's my practice bike mechanic.
While still in their teens, Chad and his wife Ellie made the decision to leave their homes in Australia in order to follow their dreams in the States. The two have become an inseparable partnership, with Ellie helping build Chad's career into one of the most successful in the sport. That success allowed Chad to race Supercross only and to take the last 2 summers off from the more demanding outdoor season.
The thought kept coming into my head, and it's like, you know, you don't know if it's real or whether you're just bored or you're just, you know, whether it's the real thing, and you're like, man, I want to go race outdoors. It could be fun, and it's a huge commitment, you know, not only for me, but for everyone.
We voted if it was going to be fun, then we would do it. Because he's always hated outdoors because he's always struggled so bad. So we were like, if we're going to go, we're going to have fun no matter what, and even if it's a crappy day and it doesn't go to plan, that we're going to make it fun.
Just on their way as a couple are the Metcalfs. They are traveling between nationals from Unadilla, New York to Budds Creek, Maryland. Currently 3rd overall in the 250 class, this is far from the glamorous life of a professional athlete. Yet despite the unpleasant duties of life on the road, it is time together and time to work on the plans for their upcoming wedding.
Trying to pick out wedding music, and that was Brett's only job to do, was pick out music. It was all really ghetto music.
That was a mix.
You had Eminem on there, 50 Cent.
Eminem was not on the list.
I think it was. We made it all the way to Budds Creek, got here safely, only 1 U-turn, and hopefully have a weekend on the podium. That's what we need.
There is, of course, more than one way to get to the racetrack. Chad Reed has spent the last decade as one of the top 3 riders in the world and enjoyed the rewards that success brings. Yet for a guy who appears to have everything, an outdoor title is missing. However, that could all change this weekend.
Coming into Budds Creek, there's a possibility I could win, you know, an outdoor championship. I believe I have to win both motos. Shorty has to finish, I think, 5-5.
It is impossible to overestimate what an outdoor national championship means to a rider. To state it plainly, motocross isn't easy. No one accidentally ends up at an outdoor national. The locations are remote and the weather extreme. The die-hard fans and families are mostly riders themselves, and to win the outdoor title brings the undying respect of the motocross community.
A little bit of rain starting to come down. You can see the drops hitting the deck. The wind starting to pick up, still bringing some moisture in here. The 22 trying to put another championship into the Suzuki Semi. And Chad Reed out to a good start. The gate dropped. He popped the clutch. He's heading over to the whoop section.
And he's lost the lead. So it is Ivan Tedesco out front. Tedesco, a former outdoor national champion.
Chad Reed is into the number 2 position.
And here comes Tommy Hahn.
Into the number 4 spot is now Millsats with short in 5.
And currently, Ivan Tedesco is 1 second a lap faster than Chad Reed.
It's Chad Reed. He's going after a national championship here in these great United States.
With conditions turning from bad to worse, Andrew Short faded into the 10th position, providing Reed with the opportunity he was hoping for. If he could get by Ivan Tedesco and Short stays in 10, Reed would win his first outdoor title.
Here comes the battle for the lead.
Reed coming up onto the rear wheels of the number 9. Down to the mountain, they get on the binders.
There is literally no breathing room for our leader, Ivan Tedesco. Shoulder to shoulder they are, in the air at the same time.
And now Chad Reed has gone to the front of the pack. There's a lot at stake here, and Chad Reed is laying the rubber down. He is out in front and has an opportunity to be the champ here this year.
Checkered flag will be out in just about 25 seconds. His mechanic Goose cheering him on.
He goes into the history books, Chad Reed!
Such a hard feeling to describe. You just feel like you're on top of the world, like you're on one big old cloud, you know, and I just was really, really appreciative of, you know, all those amazing people that mean so much to me, you know, starting at the top of the list with Ellie and just everyone, you know, everybody works so hard. And I think that when you win a title, that's when the emotional side of it comes out, where you're just kind of like, you can let it go and be just proud, you know, and nothing that anybody says or does means anything at that point in time, because you're on top of the world, whether anybody likes it or not, and that's a nice feeling.
Well, the rain has picked up substantially. You can see it's come down here.
There had been flash flood warnings issued throughout the day, which seemed mistaken for mild rain as the weather held out until Reed won his 450 title. Then almost instantly the sky opened up and Mother Nature delivered. One big problem: the 250 riders still had a moto to finish and their own championship to fight for. A torrential downpour ensued, turning the track into a swamp and the racing into survival.
Metcalf, he has the lead here.
Still got a really good pace, but it ain't gonna get pretty. Looks seriously tricky at the bottom. There's a lot of water down there.
Christoph Purcell, who has come here this year to take home an American championship.
Purcell looks like he's out for a Sunday ride, man.
Goggles seem to be the issue of the day. Can you imagine riding without your goggles?
And what looks like fun in the mud could easily turn tragic, especially for series leaders Ryan Dungey and Christoph Purcell. They are locked in a battle for the points lead, and a bike malfunction or inability to finish could cost them the title.
And it's Weimer now who's taken over the top spot.
And it's Jake Weimer going for an overall.
The crowd is so into it when it's like that, because it's just such crazy conditions, and there was fans literally like standing on the track. It was just insane. Hay bales floating, water, rivers. I think it was hailing at one point. It was insane.
Here comes Metcalf, and out front is Jake Weimer.
A red flag eventually stopped the race. Series leaders Purcell and Dungey survived without incident, and Jake Weimer fought through the elements for the overall win.
I was super excited to win, and then to be able to win in conditions like that is a huge step for me. Then the crowd chanting my name, I don't know what do you say to that.
As for the Metcalfs, Brett's second place was his best finish of the season, securing him a solid third position in the series points and clearing the way for Ryan Dungey and Christophe Purcell to fight it out for the championship. Still to come, the drama continues as a shocking incident in Southwick turns the 250 title race upside down, and later, a champion is crowned at Steel City.
This weekend's at Southwick. I'm sitting 13 behind. Pretty much from here on out, I need to win it.
Ryan Dungey has been in a head-to-head battle for the 250 title with Christophe Purcell all season long, and their results have been practically identical. Yet the similarities in the two appear to end there.
Purcell? I haven't ever said a word to him. Hasn't said a word to me.
He's a good rider. He didn't push me out, I didn't push him out. I think he's a good guy on the bike, but you never know.
One major difference is in their ability to prepare. Dungey implements a strict and intense training regimen, while the Frenchman is at a disadvantage. The severe injury he suffered a few years back still limits the amount he can exercise.
Some days I don't feel that good, so I can't go anywhere. I gotta stay at my house, and that's it. I cannot go to the sport or do my gym.
The injury also restricts Purcell's riding time. Whereas Dungey not only benefits from a consistent practice routine, he also has the support of his father to help mechanic during training.
I don't think anybody knows me better than my dad, and just because I went professional doesn't mean I want to change it. You know, I think we had a good thing going, and to continue it. When we're practicing out there, and the fun part of it is when you do find that flow, and it's almost just like you're one with the bike. You know, you find the rhythm of the bike. You're always kind of riding that edge, you know. There's always like that scare. Obviously, fear will get in the way of a lot of stuff. I don't ride with fear. It's only gonna take away from what you're really meant to accomplish.
Track's getting faster.
I'd go for it to the last very second to, you know, I'd do whatever it takes to win it. If you're gonna win or die trying, then I guess, you know, fear doesn't, you know, really, you know, play a factor.
Good job, bud. Good job.
As the 250 class entered a rain-soaked Southwick, Ryan Dungey is in a fight for points and position. Not only does he need to finish in front of Purcell, he needs other riders to position themselves ahead of the French rider as well in order to win the championship. And with the 450 title already wrapped up by Chad Reed, all eyes turn to the 250 class.
Ryan Dungey, he's got 13 points to make up. Oh my goodness, the caution flags come out. What happened? Christophe Purcell had a terrible start. There's a lot at stake here.
He is picking up from dead last, Tim.
Wharton into the number one ride, Dungey at 2. Barsha now in 3. Wharton's got a 2.5 lead as he holds on to the number one ride. Wow, Purcell running 30 seconds. Dungey has an opportunity to gain some valuable points here. He wants that number one spot. There's 3 bonus points that come with it. And the number 10, Dungey, has gone to the front of the pack. Look at the number 10, Ryan Dungey, holding on to the number 1 position. He has got 13 points to make up. Purcell has now moved into the number 18 position. He went down, got up dead last, and has clawed his way back into the points. Purcell has some time to move up.
The 151 really doling out a good dose of pressure. Wharton and Barsha going at it bar to bar.
Barsha has gotten around Wharton.
Well, Tim, in the late going, Purcell having a problem. I don't know what it is, mechanical or otherwise, but he is certainly off the pace.
It's going to get interesting. The drama and the plot thickens here. As now Barsha has gone around the number 10. They are getting very, very close. We're going to see fisticuffs before this is all over. But get this, they're telling us that Purcell may not finish.
It is rare when you can point to a single moment in a 12-race and 24-moto season and say that one instance changed everything. Yet, this is one of those moments.
Well, Tim, on this final lap, looks like Justin Barsha is going to hold on for that moto win.
It took rookie Justin Barsha 11 races to prove to himself and to his family that their hard work had paid off with his first career overall win.
The 10 of Ryan Dungey comes across the stripe. That is going to put the points upside down, no question about that.
Purcell entered the race leading by 13 points, but a DNF did not finish, has him leaving 17 points behind new series leader Ryan Dungey.
That's really what it's all about.
A whole season's worth of work seemingly lost, not by a performance, but due to a machine malfunction, leaving one race in Steel City to fight for a championship that was once within reach, and now would take a miracle to capture. For many years, Steel City has been the last stop of the series, and the grounds here have seen countless championships won and lost. This year is no different. The crowds will witness a 250 champion emerge from one of the most turbulent seasons in the history of the sport.
Last week we got a little lucky, you know. Purcell had DNF in the first moto. It can happen to us today. We can have a problem, you know. This is motorsports and things happen.
Squeeze them off a little and then just drift down. Carry your speed. Right. I look at the very first gate, it looks pretty good.
Dungey on the starting line. Remember, just a week ago, he went to Southwood, Massachusetts. He had a deficit points, but he walked out with his wallet full and a ton of points ahead of Superman, Christoph Purcell.
Out front with Sipes, who was your early hole shotter on that KTM in the number 2 spot, then Purcell and Dungey. Now he's coming under pressure from Blake Wharton as well as Martin DeValle.
Imagine the pressure that Christoph Purcell, Superman, is feeling right now.
It's going to be a great race, and this is the championship. And look at Purcell. This is probably the hardest we've seen him ride this year, Rodney. He has to put all of the stops. He likes to be smooth. He likes to ride his own pace. Today, he doesn't have that option. Now Dungey moved over on Purcell off the Sky Coaster. Dungey moved over on Purcell. Now Purcell's trying to battle back down the inside. And Purcell goes back around Dungey.
Dungey's points lead gave him the ability to play it safe, yet he and Christoph Purcell had been headed towards this point all year, a face-to-face confrontation in a battle for the title. The opportunity to race your rival bar to bar is hard to resist. However, it's a gamble. The smallest mistake and crash could end up tragic and cost Dungey the championship.
Here they are, shoulder to shoulder once again. Ryan Dungey could be content sitting right there, but he continues to apply pressure to the 377.
Purcell will take that big win for him, but it's not big enough as Dungey checks in the number 2 spot, and he will be crowned the 2009 champion.
Yeah, that was a good race. Yeah, good job. Yeah, champ. Woo-hoo! Hey, that's how you do it. We did it, man. You did. I knew you did. Yeah! Let's go to Moto. Yeah, come on.
Good job.
Thanks. Congrats.
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to help me out here because we are about to crown the 2009 AMA Lucas Oil Outdoor National Champion, Ryan Dungey!
One of the most dedicated riders in the sport, the win was Dungey's first outdoor national motocross title and a culmination of a season of hard work and determination. As for Superman Christophe Purcell, he showed the world a rare talent that few had ever seen, an effortless ability that captivated the crowds all summer. Still, the bike breakdown at Southwick was a disaster and will likely haunt the French rider for years to come.
Champions may fall, but they never quit. From the training to the riding to getting up in the morning, it was all worth it at the end of the day to be able to pull this off.
It is the calm after the storm, a time to relax in the satisfaction of a job well done. The final quiet moments of the season where the sport returns to what it is really all about, a community that loves motocross. In the days that follow, there is a brief break to reflect on missed opportunities.
What were they saying after Colorado?
No, we were idiots. You know, just like I told you they would say, you know, and I knew it was going to be directed at me. I ate a lot of poop for a few weeks after that whole ordeal.
And a short period to enjoy life away from the racetrack. That time will quickly pass, and the focus will return to the sport they love, and the entire community will put their hopes and dreams into another year to just go racing.
Dear God, we come to you here tonight with thanks that our bodies are healing, and Mike Alessi, who will be the champion next year in 2010. We give thanks for all of this. Amen.